So Xiaomi is a brand that's only a year and a half old, but already it's one of the best known brands in the entire country. Xiaomi has 76% brand awareness. That's 3/4 of the country. That's mind-boggling for such a new brand. When Xiaomi launched, it was up against a mammoth competitor. How could this new Canadian company compete with such a huge brand as Netflix? Frankly, it did not look good. But that's exactly what it did. Xiaomi came out of the gate really big and really strong, and it remained a huge ad spender all year, made very smart plays, and that allowed itself to carve out a very significant piece of the streaming pie. Xiaomi blew away the competition at home, and it managed to compete with this massive international brand. Xiaomi also did some really interesting things this year on social media. It launched this TV show called Enfield Haunting by showing the entire pilot on Facebook. And it was also the first Canadian brand to use Twitter cards. So in 2014, Diageo Canada actually cut its marketing staff in half. And that should have spelled major trouble for the company, but it didn't. It jump-started this hyper-creative, hyper-productive period for the company. Diageo started leaning more on its agencies and making way more Canadian creative than it had in the past. That strategy really connected with consumers. Diageo Canada's ads were really targeted this year, often to specific regions, and especially in Atlantic Canada, that allowed for some really creative and interesting work. Consumption of Diageo Canada's core brands were up across the board this year. Captain Morgan specifically had a really great year, jumping 10 points in awareness based on the strength of its Like a Captain campaign. The sales increases that Sport Chek saw this year were insane. In the athletic category, it was up $10 million year over year. If you drill down, you'll see even more impressive gains, like a 701% increase in the sale of Raptors apparel. In 2015, Sport Chek found new areas it could win in, like women and basketball. It also continued to reinvent the retail experience, bringing technology in-store as it has been over the past few years. And it rolled out some of the features from its flagships to its stores across the country. Sport Chek is a brand that completely understands digital. But it's not just that. It understands digital marketing and brick and mortar and how those two things fit together, how you can create this holistic experience that's completely seamless for the customer.